agreed to, and I call the member for Goldstein.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And there's nothing more delicious than a pregnant pause before one speaks to make sure that everybody is paying full attention. And there's no one, of course, we want to pay more attention than those in the opposition. Why? Because, unfortunately, we have a perpetual problem where they won't recognise or understand basic truths about what this government is seeking to achieve, what it is delivering for the Australian people, and how we are putting Australia in the best competitive position to fruitfully deliver for the people that we are elected to represent and serve. Yes, all right, we know that the economy continues to grow strongly, and that bucks against the trend of so many other advanced and developed countries around the world. We can't be complacent about that, Deputy Speaker. Yes, we have some of the fastest economic growth in the OECD and across the world, and of course we're in the 27th year of uninterrupted economic growth. Why? Because we understand the foundations of where an economy comes from primary industries, extractive industries that build up the capital base to support manufacturing and value add to our goods, and then, of course, to build the service-based economy to export to the world. We're part of the global supply chain, and we are competitive, and we should be enormously proud of it. We should, of course, be enormously proud that we're now at a full employment rate, as we used to say in the old economic terms, where if you want to get a job in Australia, you should be able to get a job in Australia. There are opportunities, whether it's part-time or full-time work, and of course a record number of women who are able to secure employment. And of course record-breaking full-time employment, but a flexible workplace arrangement where people get the support they need to manage the different challenges they face at their stage of life. Deputy Speaker, I always have this real struggle with people who talk about, oh no, it's not real employment unless it's full-time employment. Well, talk to those people who are seeking to retire and graduating their way out of the workforce but still want to participate. Speak to the mums and the dads who might take on maternal or parental leave, who want a paternal leave, who want to be able to work part-time to support their family while also being engaged in the workforce because they don't want to lose their skills, their opportunity. Speak about the people who are consultants, who might work as part of small businesses that want to transact across the world. Full-time work is a wonderful thing if you seek it, and it's the basis in which many people can build a successful life, but do not dismiss part-time work either, because it may very well be what people want and seek to balance out work-life pressures. I mean, we always talk rhetorically about work-life balance, but when people actually deliver it, apparently it's a bad thing. And of course, we want the government to continue to work constructively with all parts of the economy to be able to deliver the economy the Australian people need. But nothing, Deputy Speaker, nothing will deliver that more than, of course, tax reform. And this is one of my pet subjects. I yearn for it when I wake up in the morning and I think about it last thing at night. And I know I've got a wry smile, but I'm saying it because it's tragic, but it's true. Tax reform is absolutely essential for this country's future prosperity and opportunity. We have to radically reform the tax system, and I've said this many times from my first speech to today. Tax reform is the basis in which we make sure that we can deliver the economy that Australians need to drive the economic opportunity that we seek. Because if we rebase the tax system, what you'll do is you'll see multinationals no longer able to avoid tax and make and pay and contribute their fair share of tax. We've done what we can to close the loopholes, but we can go further. A rebasing of the tax system will create the opportunity where people invest in job creation, not tax avoidance. I mean, I'm sorry to say the people who might lose their jobs are those who are accountants and lawyers who spend all their time fiddling around with the taxes and taking advantage for themselves for people to minimise their tax. I'm sorry, I want that wealth to go to productive sectors. I really, really do, because I see the potential and the opportunity that sits at the heart of it. And I know the opposition is mocking me for my passion on this, but it is unrelenting and it will not relent. It is the great political challenge of my parliamentary career for so long as it goes on. And that's why I won't back down, because it will deliver jobs that Australians need. It will drive the economic growth that people pay the tax that this country needs to support the social and human services that people want as the dividend from the economy, because an economy is not the end, it is the beginning of a more proud, more successful and a more a united nation that we can be. One where The economy delivers for people so they can stand on their own 2 feet and make their maximum contribution to their own lives and the world.
I thank the honourable